Tonight, an exclusive investigation into the team doctor of the San Francisco 49ers. Last October, KRON 4 broke the story about how Dr. Daniel Garza was the target of a criminal probe for alleged inappropriate behavior with adult interns. In addition to treating superstar athletes, Garza was also a prominent researcher and associate professor at Stanford University. The elite sports medicine physician killed himself after the San Mateo County Sheriff investigators searched his home for evidence. Now, KRON 4 has uncovered past allegations against the doctor. KRON 4's Maureen Kelly spoke to 3 men who say they were victimized by Garza when they were teenagers. It's a story you'll see only on 4.
I woke up in the middle of his quote-unquote experiment, and he was just sort of, fondling me and playing with himself.
That's the voice of a man who says he was drugged and molested by Dr. Daniel Garza nearly 20 years ago. And he's not the only one who's accusing the doctor of sexual abuse.
For him to do what he did just doesn't even seem human.
In all, I spoke to 3 victims, none of whom wanted to appear on camera. In order to protect their privacy, I've changed their names to Peter, John, and Carlos. They say it started when Garza was their young, influential teacher at Cathedral High School in El Paso, Texas. It's a Catholic all-boys school serving mostly Latino students coming from working-class families near the West Texas border town. Garza, a recent Stanford University grad, was teaching freshman science. To many, he was a trusted role model they greatly admired.
He was a phenomenal teacher, and he was able to paint pictures about science in just a beautiful way.
Even then, he was closely involved with sports. Here's a photo from the school's yearbook showing Garza as coach of the school's tennis team. All the victims I spoke to had been young athletes who say they were approached by Garza to participate in a research study involving physically fit young men. The man I'm calling Carlos says he was only 15 when approached by Garza while at swim practice. He says more than once Garza took him into an empty classroom under the guise of taking his measurements for a study. He says Garza had him pull down his pants and touched him in a way that he considers sexual abuse. He never reported it. Peter and John say they became Garza's targets after joining his informal after-school science group. At the time, they felt like they were being given an exciting opportunity by their mentor to help them succeed. Peter now feels Garza was laying a trap for them from the very beginning.
The way he picked us, it was very strategic. All of us had very dysfunctional homes. He knew that we were overachievers and wouldn't want to disappoint. He was very, very calculated.
Near the end of 1993, Garza convinced Peter and John's parents to let him take the 2 boys on a ski trip to New Mexico as a reward for all of their hard work. While they were alone in their ski cabin, Garza asked them to participate in his research study.
He explained to us how he needed to do some research for Stanford on how young athletes' metabolic rates behave when they're in restful states versus athletic states. So he pulled out charts and everything looked very official.
They say Garza brought along something he said would help them get into that restful state. A drug called halothane, a powerful anesthetic, which when given in high enough concentrations renders one completely unconscious. They say Garza told the teens to inhale from the bottle. Peter volunteered.
I remember the first time I inhaled this drug, I dropped the bottle in it, and a lot of it poured out. And then I was knocked out and woke up in my bed the next morning.
John agreed to help in the study, but was uncomfortable with the idea of being gassed by the drug. But one night during that trip, John woke up to an unusual smell and opened his eyes to find Garza's silhouette looming above him.
He had been putting the liquid from that bottle onto a wash rag from the hotel, and he was putting it on my face. I rolled over, pretending like I was still asleep, and I rolled my face away from him, and he went back to the other side of the bed and put it back on me. I rolled back the other way, and I grabbed the towel and threw it onto the floor. The next morning I woke up thinking, was that a dream or what? And, I see the towel on the floor. It was pretty scary.
John was rattled by the experience, but chose not to report it to authorities.
At that point, my home life wasn't the greatest, and he seemed to be like a stable figure in my life, so I decided that I didn't have to tell anybody. I thought that he knew what was in my best interest and that he was looking out for me.
Only his best friend Peter knew the truth. The victims didn't come forward until it happened again. In the spring of 1994, Garza took Peter and John along with the rest of their science group to California in order to tour college campuses. It was during a visit to Stanford University that the testing began again. But this time, Peter says the drug wore off and he woke up to the unthinkable.
I actually woke up with my shirt off and his hand in my genitalia, on my genitalia, kind of caressing me and him sort of rubbing himself.
Peter told John, and together they decided they had to come forward.
They say parents, school officials, and even the FBI were brought in. But in the end, Garza was not criminally charged. Tomorrow, in the next installment of our exclusive investigation, you'll find out how Garza got away with it. Maureen Kelly, KRON 4 News.